What's going on, Android lovers? This is Clayton Youngberg coming at you from your #1 source for all things Android. As always, AndroidAuthority.com. Now, maybe a lot of you have been wondering how to breathe some new life into your Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. And I know I have, because this is one of my favorite devices of all time. It's got a great screen. I love the way it feels, and it's just, my baby. So I went ahead and flashed Android 4.1.1 Jelly Bean on here. And this is a custom ROM based off the stock AOSP Android 4.1.1. So it's got all of the features of AOSP Jelly Bean, and then it's got an overclock kernel, so you can get some awesome speed out of your Galaxy Tab 10.1. Now what's not working is 3G and 4G for those devices enabled. I just have the Wi-Fi version. And then the camera's not working, but that's been an issue since ICS. So, that's got to be worked out somewhat soon, maybe when the source code for ICS gets released and they can modify it or something. But anyways, let's just go through a quick walkthrough of the Jelly Bean OS. Now this is going to differ from the Nexus 7 because the Nexus 7 has almost the Galaxy Nexus look with the dock bar and all that. But this stays true to most of the tablet configurations with the status bar, the soft keys, and then our usual app tray just like this. But checking out the status bar, you can see we have our time, date, the nice Jelly Bean fonts, and colors and stuff. We've got all of our options like airplane mode, Wi-Fi. We have our auto rotate options, just the basic options. We can enable notifications and stuff. But let's go ahead and go into our settings. Now the Wi-Fi is working perfectly on this build. I'll provide a link to the XDA thread in the description of the YouTube video. But anyways, we have more options like airplane mode, VPN, and tethering. Now, of course, this is not going to have NFC because this just doesn't have an NFC chip. It doesn't have the hardware for it. But we have our sound options, the usual options like that. We can go into our apps with Jelly Bean. We can configure which apps actually display notifications. We have cool app management features and stuff like that. So we can show notifications. We can manage whether or not apps can actually notify us of things. We have our location services, which need to be enabled for Google Now, which is functioning on the tablet, so I'll show you that as well. We have our new accounts manager, just like that, where we can add our accounts. We have the Google account. You're prompted to log in right once the device boots up, and I did so. You're going to need to flash Google Apps as well. We have our developer options, which we can enable, and we can choose USB debugging, go down for the GPU rendering, stuff like that, great stuff like that. We have performance with our overclock kernel, so we can choose the clock speed all the way up to 1400 megahertz. I can get 1.4 gigahertz out of the Galaxy Tab, which is pretty blazing fast for a device like this. I mean, that's faster than the Galaxy Nexus is on a stock clock. Anyways, our kernel version is the CyanogenMod kernel. We are running 4.1.1. We have our nice, beautiful, huge display to show our Easter eggs. And so we'll go back. But anyways, go into the home screen, show you the new way that you can add widgets on here. They're interactive with each other, so we'll go ahead and add bookmarks, and then we'll go ahead and add another widget. You can see they interact with each other. They move out of the way. You no longer have to fumble for room on your home screen and stuff like that. And just a bunch of great stuff like that. We've got Google Now as well. We can tap and hold our home screen, our home key, and slide up to the Google Now. We have the full Google Now experience. There's a bunch of stuff like that. We got nearby restaurants right here. We've got our weather. We can show our sample cards and stuff. We can check in at our nearby locations. I live right near this restaurant, so yeah, that is why this is showing up. Go ahead and test out our Google Voice. Search the web for the Olympic Summer Games. So the Google Voice is working, and it's translating my speech right now, or it's decoding it, but it does not search. It doesn't perform the tasks that you ask it to. I'm going to go ahead and go into the settings here. We have our weather settings and stuff for Google Now. Here are our voice settings, just the basic settings. So it is taking the actual speech in, but it is not searching for stuff online. Now I would just stay posted for newer builds of this ROM because that's going to get worked out, I'm sure. But anyways, this is the Jelly Bean OS. It's running very, very smoothly on the Galaxy Tab 10.1. I'm going to go ahead and download the Quadrant Standard. So I did a quadrant test, and you can see we got 2606 with the CPU coming in at 5216. So that's pretty good. It's right below the actual, you know, what Quadrant has for the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. So it's just really speedy OS. It's not cluttered or anything. You do have your app management and stuff like that. Simply swipe away. But the Jelly Bean runs awesome. It improves the battery life extremely on the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. And I just really enjoy rocking Jelly Bean because if you're rocking a custom ROM and you don't have your camera working, you can either have ICS or Jelly Bean, so why not get the Jelly Bean? It's just really awesome. Go ahead and check out the link in the description, guys. Flash this on your Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 and have a good time with the latest Android OS.